No, we're live. Okay. Hi.
Oh God. Hi there.
Oh,
Okay.
Q&A. I'm opening the Q&A thing just in case anybody. Oh, it's
Yeah.
disabled. Oh, that sucks. Oh well.
Oh well,
Mhm.
whatever. Uh, shall we discuss?
Okay, where I'll let you start then.
Um, are we like
How are we gonna do this?
anyone who sees this, like before any of this starts, we're going to talk about a lot of things that will spoil the books for you, and not just this book, but like the entire yeah,
All of
all
these
those.
right here. If you have not read all of these, every single one of them, ow, this hurts. But if you've not read every single one of these, please don't watch this video. There is stuff
No
even
way.
from the Infernal devices that you don't want to know yet if you were just now reading those. This is not a video for people who are just now getting City of Bones or have just read City of Glass or even on Clockwork Prince, because everything will be ruined because everything comes together, all of it, in this book.
Yeah. Uh, well, I guess we should start at the beginning
At the beginning
of this book.
of this book.
Um,
So it
the
starts out.
prologue is really long.
Oh my god. Are we really gonna do this? We're gonna talk
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah. It starts with on the day Emma Carstairs' parents died, the weather was perfect.
That's the first sentence.
That's how you know you're reading one of Cassandra Clare's books, because it starts out with shit like that.
But those are the deaths that happened very very early on. It's in the first sentence. The day her parents died.
You just know.
Because that was revealed to us before the book even came out.
Yep.
There were
So
also
they kind of crossed two people off the list.
Yeah, we were crossing people off. We were just like.
How many people that died that you thought were gonna die? Like, how many people were you right about? I was right about pretty much every single one of them.
I was right about most of them. There were a few in there that died that I was like, that seems, I should have guessed that one. You know, I should have guessed that one.
Yeah.
Because it's all very,
yeah.
simple.
The first one that I was like, I know he's gonna die, was Jordan. I knew it. I knew it.
I was hoping Maya would die because I like Jordan.
I did not, however, see that whole thing coming about her wanting to break up with him.
Didn't see that either.
Like,
that was
what? Like, there was a lot of things going around about like people thinking that like the thing that she was going to tell him was like she was pregnant or something, and I was like, that's not what happened at all. No.
crying just a little bit inside.
I liked Maya better. I liked her better at the end of this book, as opposed to like her in previous books. I liked her better in this one.
She kind of seemed like a whiny brat in earlier books.
Yeah, because she was, and I didn't like how like she fought with Simon just because she thought that since they were vampire and werewolf, that's what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
We can't act like civilized people. We have to fight because
that's what we have
tells
to do.
Us we have to fight.
Yeah.
It was stupid. I didn't like that. And then they ended up like dating. I never liked any of that. I always said that he should be with Izzy,
and so it happened.
Kind of.
Okay.
Except for that bullshit that
in the end. Okay, we're not talking about that yet. We're not talking about that yet. Next thing that I really want to get into is this crap.
Yeah.
What? Right here.
Not like
right here.
that one. Yeah. That's what got me. Like, I saw that because I was like, these are always spoilers. But it didn't look like a spoiler because it was just these characters that, I know all of these are Shadowhunters, whatever. And then Simon.
Then Simon's in there. Yeah, and she said that to me, like, we went and we got our books the moment the store opened. We were the first two to get our
Actually,
books.
before the store opened.
Yeah, before the store opened because they opened it early for us. And yeah.
Like, one guy was like, I just need to get it over with.
Yeah.
Today's gonna suck.
Yeah. But we all went up there.
Yeah.
But she got back to my house and we had a reading party. And
by the time I got to your house, I was already like,
she pulls off the cover and she's like, look at this, who is this? Is that Simon? And I said, no, I think that's somebody from the Dark Artifices. And I was convinced.
It looked like that.
Up until the very end of the book.
Yep. I squealed. Like Shane was sitting there, boyfriend, and I was like, I was right. Damn cover is a spoiler.
Yep. It usually.
Sorry in advance for my cursing.
Yeah. Our French is very good. No, it's not. Don't do the French laugh, please. No, okay.
Okay. Off topic.
Very off topic.
No. I got really, like, emotional when they, like, she's, like, clutching her sword. Like, everyone talks about that, She's, like, clutching the sword and it's, like, cutting her. And I was like...
I need to talk about the sword.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of you who have read Clockwork Princess, which all of you should have, the sword that Emma has in this book is the dagger sword that Will buries in the middle of Clockwork Princess when he believes the gem is dead.
Yeah.
Okay? I was just kind of sitting here like, references! I'm wondering the same thing. How did she get it? I'm wondering if Will didn't... Yeah, I know. If Will didn't go back and get it. Yeah, if he didn't go back and pick it up.
I should probably go get that for you.
But she's a Carstairs, so for her to have a Herondale sword is kind of weird,
I don't know.
Or maybe it was Jem's blade. I don't know. I can't remember. I haven't read Clockwork Princess in forever, but I know that it's the sword dagger thing that Will buried when the Paraveda bond was broken with Jem.
Speaking of all of the, like, references to the Infernal devices, my favorite was the one where Magnus was talking about Jessamine.
Oh my gosh.
I died. I was like,
wait, the ghost that protects the London Institute? Yeah,
and he
okay.
was like, I could tell you her name, but I don't think she'd like that very much.
Jessamine. In the end, I ended up loving her.
I always loved her, but everyone told me not to because I read that series super late, and everyone was like, no, she's bad. She
didn't end up being bad in the end because this was before we read Clockwork Princess, and we found out that he actually turned to a good guy again, which was good.
She just didn't want to be a shadow hunter. She wanted to be a lady.
Yes, she did.
I mean, in Victorian London, I can see where that's a thing that Jessamine would want to be.
Yeah.
I totally sympathize with her. She's being just because it's part of her family, she has to do it.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to.
No, she doesn't. But throughout the book, from the very beginning, Sebastian is trying to take over the institutes, and he takes over Prague, Beijing, the LA Institute when we come in, and he's he takes over like 6 different institutes in one night.
Yeah.
And he takes all of the shadow hunters and he turns them into the dark shadow hunters. That face. And then that's where we come in, and Emma and Julian and the Blackthorn kids, they all escape. Mostly.
All of the Blackthorn kids.
Not all of them.
No, but there's
Mark.
so many.
There are so many. I can't. Livy.
What is this? John and Kate plus 8?
Pretty much.
20 kids and counting. They need a reality show.
So many. There were so damn many.
All ranging from like early adulthood, kind of, to babies.
Well, Mark and what's her face, were adults, and then it goes to Livy and Ty, who were babies.
Yeah.
Who was it? Katerina. Katerina is also an adult. But Mark ends up getting taken by Sebastian and everything. He's like, oh, he's half fairy? I don't want him. I have something better to do with him.
Yeah, and I didn't like how they were all of a sudden, as soon as it came out that the Sealy Court was involved with Sebastian, every fairy, like, their loyalty was questioned. And that really upset me. And where the heck is the Unseelie Court? The heck they doing?
I know, right? Because
what? They didn't, because they said, like, in that, I think it was in the council meeting thing at the very end, when they're like, the Sealy Court does not have a representative and they have no, like, nothing to say.
Maylorn could lie the entire time. That threw me through a loop. I kind of thought about it afterwards, and I was like, well, that makes sense. You know, put somebody on the stand who can lie, even though everybody thinks fairies can't lie. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, and that whole loophole that the queen found when she was taking them to the demon realm thing, or the road to the demon realm, she was like, I couldn't tell them that you were here. But
I could tell them
about
that you left.
Where you, yeah. And it was... I don't like her. I didn't even like her in the first book.
She was always...
I was like, you're evil. You're evil. I wasn't surprised. You know?
Okay, was it
the whole thing about Sebastian came out?
Was it Jace that killed Maylorn? I believe it was Jace. It was either Jace or Alec. I can't remember. One of them killed Maylorn, and it was beautiful. I believe it was Alec.
Everyone was freaking out about when, oh gosh, that scene where they're talking about Sebastian being in bed with the Sealy Queen.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was like and I was like, y'all didn't see that one coming? I was like, I saw that a mile away.
Yep. It was going there, and then it went there, and then it came back, and
yep.
I want to see the Unseelie Queen beat the living shit out of the Sealy Queen in the next set of books.
I feel like it'll happen.
I feel like it's gonna happen too, but we need this. Because the Unseelie Queen has to be awesome. Awesome.
I don't know. I wonder if fairies, like, I know that obviously fairies are going to be a big part of the Dark Artifices because of all the Blackthorn children.
Yeah.
Well, not all of the Blackthorn children, but Mark and Katerina being part fairy.
And, who's the other one?
I don't know. There's a bunch of them that's, like...
There are a few of them that are...
part fairy.
I know it's in the epilogue.
Yep. The epilogue is 2 million years long.
Oh my god. I was just ready for the book to be over. Like, quite honestly.
I read it so fast
I took
But
my time with the book, and you know that. So
I wanted to, but it just didn't happen.
yeah.
Because it's such a big book, and okay, while you're looking for that, here,
Yep.
was it really necessary to have all those chapters about Emma?
I know, right? That just kind of got on my nerves. I was
Is
like,
it really necessary? Like, I love Emma, I do. She's a really cool character. She's gonna be a way better main character
then
than
Claire.
Tessa or Clary. So much better. But I
felt like it was too much. There were too many chapters dedicated to her.
I can see a few here and there, but you know,
Every like 2 or 3 chapters, there was something based around her, and it was just forever long. It was really Helen. Helen's the other one. That's Alin's girlfriend. But
yeah.
there were so many chapters dedicated to Emma. Oh God. Y'all be quiet, okay? I'm doing something. I am.
What the? Dude.
I can't get him to be quiet.
We just got home.
I know.
Hi, Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah, my roommates just got home from work.
It's okay. It
My
just
boyfriend.
adds character.
Yeah, it just adds character.
No, actually on the video.
We're actually on a live chat. It's already streaming, you guys.
Oh shit.
Now they see. Now they understand.
Konnichiwa.
But wow, y'all smell something fierce. Okay. Where was I before I got interrupted?
Something about, I think it was about Helen. Helen.
Not Helen. I think it was something about Emma. God, I lost my train of thought. You continue on, Ronnie.
Okay, but I felt like Emma, I felt like they could have saved that. You know? That, all that stuff about Emma, you know, could have been saved for her series.
Yeah.
I do like her a lot better than I like Tessa and Clary. Because I don't like either of them.
That we know.
Clary was a little bit redeeming in this book. The slightest bit. I did not, however, like how she was trying to, like, big sister to Emma.
Yeah, that was kind of a little much.
I was
If
like,
anybody should have been
you
big
haven't been
during Emma, it should have been Tessa.
you haven't been doing this for any amount of time.
And she doesn't have any siblings. It should have been either Izzy or Tessa.
I feel like the Tessa's makes more sense than Izzy.
I know, but it should have been one of them. Somebody with siblings, because Clary doesn't have any siblings, and I know she's trying to be all like, I want to help her.
Does. She has one.
That doesn't count, because he's an asshole.
Was.
He is an asshole. He will always and forever be. Well, up until that last moment. We need to get into that, though.
Sebastian is an asshole. Jonathan made me cry.
We're getting into that.
I was so upset.
I want to talk about the demon world really badly.
I want to talk about how Jace brought a condom.
That is a very good point.
Only Jace would think of that.
I never even thought about that. Yeah, why did he have a condom? Why did he have a condom? Why?
Just in case.
I'm wondering how long that thing was in his pocket. Just saying. You know, we're going to a demon world. What do we need? We need food, we need water, we need our knives and our equipment. I need a condom. Just in case.
Because Clary's going to be there. And even if she's not there, you know, hot demon chicks all around, I'm sure.
We did get our sex scene, though. I know a lot of people were waiting for that.
I really wasn't. I was like,
I was kind of waiting on it to see how Cassandra Clare would throw that in there.
that wasn't the sex scene that I was waiting on.
But the Demon World was really cool. I actually loved the Demon World and how Cassandra Clare like described it and everything. It was really cool.
Good job. How horrible was it that Jonathan, like, they burned out all of the evil in Sebastian, or Jonathan. And then,
Sebastian, we will call it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I did all this, but I'm gonna die and I can't help you get out. See you, bye.
See you, bye. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. And then Magnus's dad. I did a lot of research on this before, and I had done so much crap. Oh my god, why are you texting me?
No.
My boyfriend is texting me. I don't know.
I didn't like him. I knew I wasn't gonna like him. Because
they said his name so many times throughout the entire book. They said it like a total of 3 times. And since I did all this research, I had all these demons in my head of who it could be, and then they just kept saying this and that and this. And what did his name end up being?
Montez. I don't know. I didn't like him, so I don't remember what his name was.
And then he wanted a price. You can talk about the price, Ronnie, while I'm trying to find his name.
He wanted Magnus's immortality.
And then what did they settle for?
I was like, this is not Full Metal Alchemist. There is no equivalent exchange. And then Simon is like, you think we're gonna lose Magnus? And then all of a sudden, Simon is like, have my immortality, because I'm like 17, so you can take that. And, you know.
It's Mundus. It's Mundus.
It's nothing to me. But then he's like, well, I'll take that and all of your memories. Okay.
Yep, we'll take all your memories. I cried a little bit when that happened.
I did
not cry for Clary.
He still didn't die.
He still didn't die, but I didn't cry because of Clary, because it's Clary's best friend. No, I cried for Izzy.
That's all I was thinking about.
Izzy is my baby.
And then Izzy almost dying.
Let's not talk about that. It's not.
I got so upset. I was like, no. That is my favorite character. You can't kill her. And then they didn't. They just took her boyfriend away for a little while. We get him back. And Magnus is like, I'll fix all your problems.
Yeah. And then he remembers a little bit. And then, do you want to talk about Jim for a minute?
It happened exactly how everyone thought it was going to happen. You know, the city of the heavenly fires
burned out all of the venom in Jim's body. That was correct.
And then he became Jim again, but no one called him Jim because
Everybody
he didn't want to be called
Jim.
No one. He didn't want to be called Jim, and I was like, okay, I can respect that.
But not even Tessa called him Jim.
Yeah. It was
very, very annoying. Because we all know that it's Jim. We all know. But everybody's calling him Brother Zechariah.
And
that's another thing. If you didn't read Clockwork Princess and you didn't know this, I'm sorry. But at the very end, Clockwork Princess, Jim gets turned into a silent brother so that he won't die. And then at the
I
in
like
Into
what
Heavenly
they
Fire.
found out, we got a little bit more info like on what actually happens to like the Silent Brothers. They
Mm-hmm.
don't die. They live forever, but eventually they just lose like their ability to do anything, and they basically become fossilized.
Yep.
And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. I mean, probably really, I don't know.
Really, really awkward. What's up with you today? Oh, he fossilized. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Whoops. I'm sorry, I'm eating too.
I liked
I'm really
Malcolm.
hungry.
I liked Malcolm.
Carrier kittens!
Carrier kittens. And he was wonderful. All warlocks are great. I love warlocks.
Ragnar fell. The Infernal Devices was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like. He was. I believe he was also in the Bane Chronicles. I think.
I believe so.
I can't remember. Who else died? I'm blanking.
Amatis.
No main characters
Mm.
besides Sebastian died. And I felt like that was very anticlimactic because we're sitting here for like a year or 2 years, something like that, waiting for, like, we're thinking that all these people are going to die, you know, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so heartbroken, this book is going to kill me. It was very anticlimactic.
That it was.
Honestly, it was very anticlimactic. And, I don't know. Like I've said to you many times, all of the books, each individual one, I have very specific problems with, but as a whole, it's a good series. And that includes the Infernal Devices as well. As a whole, it's great, but individually, they are really annoying.
Yeah, they are.
You know, and I don't know, I feel like both of the main characters in the Infernal Devices and in the Mortal Instruments are very gullible. You know?
You can go ahead on your rant about the incest thing.
Oh yeah, okay. Like, they're so gullible. That was so annoying. Them believing Valentine. You know? It, like, yes, we're totally going to believe the bad guy who is like a renowned liar. And then we have to struggle with that for like a book and a half.
You know, they could have just gone to the hospital and gotten a paternity test done.
That'd
We
be
have the technology to do this. Don't we, Ronnie?
That's too simple. And it still took them forever to, like, even after that, to officially, like, tie the knot on their relationship. You know? And we didn't get that wedding that we were waiting on forever. Forever.
We've been waiting for this since, like, the end of City of Glass. And it was so just anticlimactic. I was thinking there was going to be a red wedding, and that we were going to get the wedding at the beginning of the book.
Yeah, and, like, everything, like, the entire climax of the series is just going to be right there.
But no, it had to wait until the epilogue to become a thing. Like, really? Really, guys?
I mean, it still had some great moments, like when Simon came up to Clary and they were talking and he was like, I do remember one thing, you're Clary, you're my best friend. And I was like, Simon, I love you. And what, like, was it Jocelyn who went over there and introduced Clary to Tessa? And that was great, because Tessa.
And then Tessa gave her the Herondale ring and her codex.
Yeah.
And that was great.
And the ring was for Jace, and I got really emotional. It was like,
because it was Will's ring. Oh.
Will's ring, or was it Will's son's ring? Or
it was
like
Will's ring, but it had been passed down to his son.
Yeah.
But it was Will's ring at one point in time.
It belonged to him sometime.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
It was beautiful.
And the whole thing with Jem sitting there, he was like, you were lying on the ground, like, writhing in pain, but you were still thinking about me. And then he was like, Herondale. And that made me laugh.
Jem makes so many funny comments, even as a silent brother.
Yeah.
Just Herondale, you're so pig-headed. And he says it so slyly that you don't even catch it.
Mm-hmm. What were your, like, overall thoughts on, like, what, was this a good conclusion to you?
I left a lot of things unsaid, though. Camille. They didn't say anything about Camille.
That at all. It wasn't addressed at all. It wasn't
addressed at all. No, it's just assumed that in City of Lost Souls that Maureen kills her. No. No. She did not. Camille
Sebastian made me uncomfortable a lot with his whole, like, you know, I want you and nobody else can hurt you, but I can hurt you. I was like, you are not Joffrey. You are not Jaime and Cersei. Stop.
Stop making Game of Thrones references. I got the Joffrey one, but I didn't get the other two. Okay?
Cersei and, well, spoilers for Game of Thrones. Cersei and Jaime are like, they have a thing going. They're their brother and sister, and Joffrey is their demon spawn.
Anyways, that face though. Let's not. Don't do that face again, Ronnie. But
How long has this even been going on for?
I don't know.
Neither.
Can we get a time on this thing?
I don't know.
But Sebastian made me angry a lot. Sebastian made me very angry.
It made me angry at the end when, like, I don't know how, like, at first I was like, wait, so now he's just a good guy? Like, all of a sudden, we go through all of this shit and then, like, emotional death.
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad for him. I didn't even feel bad for Clary. I felt bad for Jocelyn.
Yeah, I know, because even though we really don't like Jocelyn...
She had to lose her son twice.
Yeah.
You know, like, one time she just assumed he was dead, and then the second time she actually, like, had to sit there and watch him die.
Well, actually, his head was in her lap.
Yeah.
And that was really emotional.
Yeah, and was I the only one, like, who knew that it was going to be Clary to do it? Like, I saw that one. I knew from the very beginning, from the very first time we ever saw him in City of Glass, Clary's going to kick his ass.
Well, she had to do it with Valentine, too, so...
Yeah, she got, and she did it with the sword.
Yep.
Like, she killed him.
Anything else that we really want to talk about? Anything else that needs to be addressed? The Isabel thing needs to be addressed.
Yeah, there were all of the theories about Izzy going around. That was a huge thing, and none of it happened.
None of it
We need to
was.
talk about Isabel. We need to talk about Isabel totally owning her dad.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we need to talk about. Oh my god. And she totally let it slip. I know about your affair, and Alec is right there, and he's like, what?
What?
And I'm like, oh, you're standing there, aren't you?
Whoops. And then Izzy starts yelling at him, and then Alec is like, you don't know what you're talking about. And then her dad's just kind of like, how could you say something like this in front of Alec? And he's like, it's true?
Yeah. Why did you no, it was because, what's her Maurice came up.
Maurice was standing there.
She was like, yeah, I told her. Why'd you tell her? And Alec was like, it's true?
Say what?
But, and then she just, at the end, they're talking, Alec and Robert, and, they work it out.
And Michael Wayland having a gay thing for Robert Lightwood. Oh my god. I didn't see that coming. That was beautiful.
I love that moment.
I think there's some kind of underlying thing. It's Robert couldn't comprehend with it, so everything got passed down to Alec, and then Alec fell in love with Jace, which is addressed in the first 2 books, and then he finds Magnus and it's okay. But I have a feeling that this is, what is it?
That was the only reason Alec was ever a dick to Clary.
Clary, yeah.
That was the only reason.
The only reason. And it was just...
But then it was it's okay, Alec. Just remember, you have something really special coming to you in the form of a very sexy warlock.
Oh, yes, God. It was great.
And the thing with Church.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. In the very end, in the epilogue, they're sitting at the wedding reception or whatever, and Tessa and Jem are leaving, and Church is in Jem's lap, and he just gets up with Church and he walks away. Did Brother Zachariah just steal our cat?
Yeah, but with it was his cat.
It was his cat, but they didn't know that.
Didn't I feel like something happened. I can't remember exactly, but I feel like the cat and Emma, I can't remember. The cat came up to Emma, and everyone was like, that cat doesn't like anybody. Remember when we thought that Church was gonna have a Peter Pettigrew moment, and
it's all Church's fault. It's all Church's fault.
Turned back into
a human
and be a dark sister. Remember, thought it was a dark sister or something.
Yeah. That was something like that happens with Church. I'm gonna be so mad because I love Church.
I think that was just really in my head when I thought that. I think I was just really tired, and I was like, it's Church. Oh, it's Church's fault.
Yeah, because we were FaceTiming when you said that, and we died a little bit on the inside.
It's all his fault. He did it.
He did it. It's his fault.
That's
so I guess
because they were talking about there was a spy on the inside, and I was like, the cat.
It's gotta be the cat. It's gotta be the cat.
Don't trust cat.
So yeah, I guess, are we gonna end this, or?
I don't know. I feel like there's other things that need to be talked about. What do you think is gonna happen in the Dark Artifices?
Camille's gonna come back.
I think that Emma is going to be really, really sorry about her choice in Parabeta.
Oh, she was sorry at the very end of City of Heavenly Fire. She was like, I knew only one thing, that I loved him more than I should. Come on! This is before the Parabeta ritual. You could have said it.
But I know why she did it.
So
know,
that he wouldn't.
so that they would stay together.
separated. They couldn't be separated. Ah, just so many feels. Like Emma, you're gonna regret this later on. You know you love him already. It's, you know, that's gonna be a thing.
She did love him.
And then Camille's gonna come back. We're gonna get to see more of Malcolm fade.
I'm excited about it. Malcolm. So I can play with my hair a lot.
We'll get to see more of Malcolm fade. Hopefully Church will be at the LA Institute. I am hoping.
We'll get to see more of all the Blackthorn.
And all of the Blackthorn children. There's so many of them.
I'm just really worried that they're going to try and like kind of make up for Max with like the younger Blackthorn children. I feel like they're gonna try and pull some shit to like, we're sorry about Max. Here, have one of the 9,000 Blackthorn children. The tribute.
Tributes? Really?
We killed like that. Up until he died, he was my favorite character. Like for the longest time, I was like, Max, he's so damn cute and sweet. And that was another one of Claire's redeeming moments throughout the entire series, is when she taught him how to read manga.
Yes.
And he was cute.
Oh.
Well, I feel like this has been very like rambly, and
Very
probably isn't gonna. It's not gonna make any sense to anyone.
Unless you've read the book. Unless you've read the book, it's not gonna make any sense. But
so final thoughts, like, what'd you think of the series? I mean, I've already said what I thought. I think that as a whole, the series is good, but individually, they have their flaws.
They all have their flaws as a book. I mean, City of Ashes and City of Fallen Angels were probably the hardest books to get through.
It's always the middle book.
It's always the middle book. City of Lost Souls was good. City of Heavenly Fire, I loved it and I hated it in some parts. I love the Infernal Devices as a whole.
It's still my favorite.
Individually. They are my favorites.
Yeah.
Because I love Will and Jem.
Clockwork Prince. I didn't like Clockwork Prince as much. But reading Clockwork Prince, it felt like after I read Clockwork Princess, it was worth it to have read Clockwork Prince to get to all this.
The middle book. It's middle book syndrome. It's middle book syndrome.
Yeah.
It's like middle child syndrome, but it's middle book syndrome. The middle books are always shitty. But I
don't know. There's some redeeming middle books in series.
Well, yeah.
But we can talk about those in others.
Yeah, we'll talk about those later. But I loved all of them. I have all of them. I finally got them all in hardback. I've been searching for like 4 years for all of them in hardback, and I finally got them all. But
I'm gonna buy the box sets. I'm just gonna buy the box sets. I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try and get them for cheap. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? You're coming with me.
Yeah, and I loved them. I did. It was great. You know.
Yeah, I think
it was a really good end to the series because it had been dragging on for forever. You know, City of Glass could have been a perfect stopping point for this. Even though there were a bunch of holes, there was a bunch of stuff that had been unsaid. I think, that would have been a good stopping point, but the way she fit everything together was pretty good.
Yeah.
So
I would reread them. I think that down the road sometime that I might, dive back into it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going to take a break for a really long time, or at least until Dark Artifices come out.
Yeah, definitely until Dark Artifices.
I'll definitely reread this.
Yeah.
Before I read that series, just kind of like refresh my memory on like what happened in the previous series, so I know. Even though I feel like the Infernal Devices is going to be the series to connect all of the things always.
Yeah.
I feel like that is the series. I feel like that's where you should start.
Yeah.
If you read the books, if you've never read the books, I would read Clockwork Angel first and read that trilogy, and then read the Mortal Instruments and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
Because where they're not really a, like, you know, like a series that is supposed to be, you know, like a giant prologue to the Mortal Instruments, it's nice to know all of the things ahead of time.
Yeah.
At least read, like, if you want to read the Mortal Instruments first, read the first 3,
And then read the
Infernal
Clockwork
Devices,
Angel.
then read the last 3 books.
Well, what I did was I read the first 3 Mortal Instruments books, and then I read Clockwork Angel, and then I got City of Fallen Angels, and then I read Clockwork Prince, and then City of Lost Souls, and then Clockwork Princess, and then City of Heavenly Fire.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's the way I read them, and it all made sense.
Late. I got into it super late, so I read the Mortal Instruments, then I read the Infernal Devices.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Clockwork Princess was spoiled for me even before I picked up the first Mortal Instruments book. Like, it was spoiled for me, like, right when it came out. Damn internet.
Was it me? Was it me?
No.
Okay.
It was like Tumblr ruined it.
You've only been reading these books for like a year and a half? 2 years?
2 years. 2 years.
Okay. Because I've been reading them for like 5 now. Like,
Yeah.
my freshman year in high school. So 5 years.
I'm one of those people that just, I was in a giant 3-year reading slump after I read all of, like, well, the House of Night series. You know, I was in my giant reading slump, and then I got into this series.
Yeah. But I guess we're going to end
In that
this.
time, I had reread Harry Potter like 5 times. Which is a series, like, you promised me after I read...
We're getting there, okay? Okay, I have to get all the books in readable condition first. Okay? Okay. I have to get them all in readable condition. Because my first 2 books, the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and then my Chamber of Secrets, are both unreadable at this point in time. So, because they've got pages falling out and crap, and I don't want that. I want a good copy.
That's a series that
I need to read. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I've been told this for years.
Need to read it. It's not that you need to read it. It's just life makes so much more sense after you read them. Like, life as a book lover, you know, because then you understand why everyone was so hyped up about it. But yeah, we talked about everything possible in this video, and I think that it's time that we just stop. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm gonna rewatch this and laugh at how stupid we are.
Yep. You go do that.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go eat.
You go eat. I have food. I have food right here.
Yep.